Ever wonder exactly what the difference between sales and property taxes are? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The City of Moore collects a sales tax of 8.5% on all tangible physical products sold within the city limits, with some exceptions such as prescription medication. 4.5% of the collected tax goes to the state of Oklahoma. Cleveland County gets 0.25%. The City of Moore's base sales tax is 3%. There's a 0.5% tax that's dedicated to streets and public safety, and voters recently approved an extension of a 0.25% sales tax to help pay for park improvements and a new fire station. For the half-penny tax, 80% goes to residential streets and 20% goes to public safety equipment. Of the quarter-penny sales tax, half goes to building Fire Station Number 2 and half goes to Parks capital projects. Now that 3% base tax is critically important. It's the primary revenue the city uses to pay for essential services. Services like police, fire, public works, general government, parks, recreation, library, administration, community development, court, and emergency management. In fact, 64% of the city's revenue for the general fund comes from sales tax collections, more than all other revenue sources combined. Take a look at these numbers. In reality, Moore's sales tax rate is actually very competitive with surrounding cities. Now, property taxes are used to help pay for general obligation bonds, also called GO bonds. Moore voters have recently approved two bond issues. A $25 million GO bond in 2012 that was used to build Central Park. That includes the Station Recreation Center, the Aquatic Center, the Multi-Purpose Pavilion, the amphitheater, and the park's walking trails. In November of 2014, voters approved a $15 million GO bond that will be used for the construction of a new I-35 overpass at 34th Street. It's also important to understand that once voters approve a bond issue, the funds collected for those bonds can only be used for the stated purpose. Using them for anything else would be illegal. Sometimes it's easy to confuse these city general obligation bonds with bond programs for the public schools, as was the case in 2015 when local voters approved a $209 million bond for the construction of storm shelters, technology and transportation upgrades, along with additional classrooms, gymnasiums, media centers, and instructional materials for the Moore Public Schools. While the City of Moore is a big supporter of Moore Public Schools, the two entities are entirely separate when it comes to issues of property taxes, bonds, and finances. If you have further questions about the City of Moore's sales tax, property tax, or general obligation bonds, contact your City Council representative.